another beautiful day. Okay, it's a little cloudy. I don't know if you can see this. It's a little cloudy. But hey, it's still a nice day. Like, we're in Southern California. It's currently 87 degrees. Little on the warm side, but not, nothing terrible. It's fine. And like I said, some good cloud cover. So it's not too bright and too miserable. But another beautiful day. Here we are. We're in the 98 LS 400 yet again. Today's video, we're going to be driving to fabulous Bakersfield and back. So that's really exciting. That's about, for me, it's about 108 miles according to Waze. I currently have enough gas to get there. I do not have enough gas to get back. So we'll have to stop somewhere probably up there or on the way to there, but I'd kind of like to just keep rolling. Luckily, this car, as you know, has a pretty big tank, so we should be able to make most of the drive really without, all of the drive without issue. Done 237 miles since I last refilled. I guess that was the tank I filled up in Long Beach on Friday, and now it's Monday, so it seems like at this rate, it's every like 3 days, 4 days tops that I'm filling up. Most of it's been highway, so it's been really, pretty delightful, all things considered. Averaging 21 miles per gallon on the tank, 238 since refill, 5 hours and 13 minutes of drive time. So not too bad. Average 46 miles per hour, and we've got 130 miles of gas left. Today what I did, and I'll be releasing some separate videos with this content, and I may include it in this one if I need the time, but I probably won't. I'll probably just make separate videos. But I actually did the turtle wax headlight restoration that Watch JR Go showed on his channel. And I have to say, friends, thumbs up on that. It looks really good. I wasn't that excited about it when I finished filming. I just kind of thought like, well, that looks better, but it's not what I expected. But actually, it's pretty good. Like, especially for $8 and like 45 minutes of elbow grease, like, I'm really impressed. It looks really good. Oh, I missed my turn. Whoops. And this guy just turned out in front of me. Thanks a lot. But yeah, like I was saying, really impressed with the quality of the restoration. If you have like destroyed headlights, like this turtle wax kit isn't going to do anything for you, in my opinion. You can try, and for $8 you should. But if you've got like severely cracked, chipped, fogged from the inside kind of thing, like, dude, there's nothing that's gonna work, and especially the turtle wax kit. But if you're pretty much just dealing with some like general oxidation and yellowing and just overall fogginess, like, I think you're going to be in good shape with that. Like, you may not end up with a brand new head like the way Watch JR Go says, but I think it's going to depend on what kind of car you drive, how bad the lenses are to begin with, and frankly, how skillfully you apply the product, because we're talking basically a rubbing compound and 4 different grits of sandpaper. And, I think everyone's going to have kind of a different touch with how they do that. And, if you're generally good at stuff like that, then, maybe you'll end up with better results than me. I'm okay at stuff. I'm just not, I wasn't in it to win it. I needed to be done within an hour. That was kind of my criteria. And I thought, this will be whatever it is, and then if I want to go back later when I have more time and just redo it, I can certainly do that. But for the here and the now, when I'm doing a lot of nighttime driving and I need to be able to see where I'm going, it just seemed it was worth it to just see what I could bang out, in under an hour. And the results are really, really good, all things considered. especially for $8. I do like that it comes with the clear coat and the sealer compound. I think that's really nice. There are a lot of kits out there. I think like the Harbor Freight one has like a drill attachment thing that I've tried, and that, correct me if I'm wrong, folks, and I haven't bought that kit in a couple of years, maybe 3 years, come to think of it, but I think it pretty much just had like a rubbing compound and the different sandpapers for your drill, but it didn't have any kind of like clear coat or sealant. So, you know, the deal is, whatever kind of restoration you decide to do on your lights, you really do need something on there to protect the lenses from the sun. So, you know, whatever kit you're using, if it doesn't have like some sort of like follow-up thing to coat the lenses, like, you're just going to end up with yellow lenses really quickly. So I think, all things considered, $8 for the turtle wax thing, comes with the paint and the sealer. That's awesome. The only thing that's kind of like a drag about that kit, and really a lot of the other kits out there, is that like the stuff that does come with like a clear coat and a sealer is that like you buy the kit and then you can't buy more sealant. So it's kind of like a one-time use, which seems really wasteful. Like, there's enough lubricating spray for those sanding blocks that you could do, you know, 5 more cars. Maybe even more than that. I don't know. Depends how much you use. And really plenty of lens clarifying compound. I mean, there was enough in there that you could probably do 15 cars. Unless maybe I just didn't use enough, but it just seems a little wasteful. So that's the downside with turtle wax. You're looking at $7.99 each car, and you're going to end up with a bunch of leftover chemicals, which, you know, I just feel bad being that wasteful on a number of levels. You know, one is just, it's bad for the environment, and 2, it's just straight up wasteful. I have other cars I'd love to do this same thing on the van, but I'm gonna have to buy a whole other kit to do the van. So that's a drag, but it is what it is, man. That's just how it works out. Let's see, other stuff I did today. I've been busy. It's, you know, the grind don't stop, man. It's a 7-day hustle. I bought a new cell phone mount, which I'm really excited about. Not because it's anything new and exciting, but just because my other one completely failed. And the only failure point was the suction cup. So just like I was talking about with the turtle wax, you know, how it's like you have all this stuff left over. Well, same thing with the smartphone mount. Like, exactly the same thing. I'll see if I can show you without like dying here. Yeah, there we go. Oh, it's a big car. So here's the old one. As you can see, like, everything is still perfectly functional. I've had this since like, I think I got this in like 2016, 2017, and this thing's been a game day player, man. Really good mount. I actually prefer this. This is the iAudi. I prefer this one, the old school design, over the new one. I just kind of like the general feel of it a little better, but you know, that's just me. And everything works. All the adjustments are perfect. It's great. The only thing that is completely done is this rubber suction cup. I mean, it's just trashed, and you can see it's really sticky. It sticks to everything, but it won't actually like hold the mount up. I'd love to just replace the suction cup, but I don't know where to get it, number one, and number two, I don't know how to remove it. I'm sure there's a way. It got on there somehow. I may try and screw around with this at some point and see if there is a way to do that, because frankly, I wouldn't mind having an extra one of these. Until then, I think I'll just kind of use it as a selfie stick, you know, to film, and you know, so that way it's not a complete waste. You know, the new one was only like $23, so, you know, not a huge expense. But again, it's just, you know, it's wasteful, man. Like, this is all still good. There's no reason to trash the earth, man. but that's the deal. That's what's going on with this. So put the new one on, made a quick video about it. I'll probably release that separately as well. And I attempted to change my cabin air filter, and no luck with that. My mechanic sold me the wrong filter. He was unsure if he had the right filter to begin with, and he told me to just bring it back if it didn't fit. So, totally not mad at George about that. I knew it was a very likely possibility, and turns out that's exactly what it was. So all I did was kind of shake out my old filter, got some of the leaves and bugs and whatever sucked into that thing, and just gave it a good shake, and put it back in. As far as I can tell, the air is really nice in here. It's lovely. I heard that the air quality in Bakersfield, where I'm heading, is really poor today. So I'm glad I at least, cleaned out the filter. Oh boy, we've got some serious traffic coming up. Like serious. And not serious. For sure. So yeah, I'm gonna have to take that filter back and get the correct size, but that's okay, no big deal. I'll probably take this car in for an oil change, maybe even tomorrow morning, if I can get my act together. As I mentioned, it's just, it's been like a year that this oil's been in the car, so I think it's, seeing as how hard I'm pushing it these days, like, not a bad idea to just change it. Plus, I got new tires, and I always kind of like my rotation schedule and my oil change schedule to be like at least within 1,000 miles of each other. So I think that's probably how it's going to work out. I'll probably need to like rotate my tires 1,000 miles before I change my oil, which is cool. And truth be told, I'm probably going to forget all of this, because once I get my Kia back, I'm not going to be driving this car with the same kind of frequency. It's just going to be the occasional trip to the store and, like, let's drive the Lexus because it needs to be driven kind of thing. So it's not going to be getting a whole lot of use, which is kind of sad because it really is it's a sweet ride, man. This thing's awesome. But I'm not paying for premium gas for this many miles. and I just need that HOV sticker, man. It's just as simple as that. So next topic, the Kia, the update. Here you go. I heard from my insurance company today, and big shout out to David over at my insurance company, my adjuster. I appreciate him working as quickly as he can on this. He got the estimate all put together. They got, I guess, a parts list put together, and we're proceeding. So, as I mentioned in some of my other videos, my 2018 Kia Optima plug-in hybrid was showing some odd warning lights, and I finally took it in. Turns out rodent damage to the tune of $7,200. Yeah, I'm going to say that again. $7,200. And maybe it was $7,220. I can't remember. And maybe 3 cents. That's the estimate. So I'm still waiting on some pictures. I actually want to see the damage. I haven't seen anything. But I guess the main engine wiring harness was chewed up, which is kind of what I suspected. And so in order to replace the wiring harness, which on the estimate sheet, like, it wasn't that expensive. I'll have to go back and look. I think it was close to $1,000 for the harness, maybe $1,500. But I mean, like, for like an OEM Kia harness, like, that's not bad. Those of you that are car guys know what I'm talking about. Car gals too. My bad. But the big thing is the labor. And so what they have to do is drop the front suspension out, and they have to take the entire engine out and then remove the harness and then replace it with a new one. And I guess a common kind of failure point is the water pump. So they're going to replace that while they're in there, which is actually like doing me a solid, because that's like at least $1,000. That's a big job. Shout out to my buddy Morty, who just went through it, and it was super expensive for him. So yeah, and he has an Optima hybrid. So yeah, really big job. I'm pretty shocked. Part of me wanted to take it in for a second opinion at another shop, but like, I just don't have time to, like, at this point, I don't really want to, I don't feel safe driving the car, of course. And plus, it's already at a shop with a technician. And I guess it's in the queue. So, you know, they're going to charge my insurance company a bunch of money. And at this point, I just don't really have a choice. I need my car back. So, however that has to be done to do it quickly, that's what we need to do. So I'm going to leave it and trust that they're going to do a good job. And, you know, and hopefully my rates don't go up too high as a result of this. So I guess the estimate said 7 business days for the repair. My adjuster told me all the parts for, you know, everything is backed up right now. Said, so what did he say? He said, remain optimistic, but cautious. So my estimate right now is going to be 2 weeks, you know, so like not next Monday, but the Monday after. And I hope that it doesn't take longer than that. I think it's just going to depend on, like, does somebody have that wiring harness sitting on a shelf and are willing to send it quick? And I don't know what else. Apparently they're replacing the engine cover. I didn't see anything wrong with the engine cover when I was under there, but, you know, hey, it's like $143. So if that's what they want to do, who am I to stop them? But yeah, maybe there's like damage to the insulation underneath, which is probably the case. But still, I was surprised about that one. But gotta hand it to my insurance company. I mean, they're really, they're kind of sparing no expense to make sure that the car is put back to the way it's supposed to be. And I hope that the dealership spares no effort in putting it back the way it's supposed to be, because, you know, they're getting paid a lot of money for this job, and I want my car done right. So I sure hope it is done right. You know, in the long term, it's not that big of a deal. It's just kind of a big deal right now for me, because it's my it's my primary chariot. But really, beyond grateful to have this Lexus at the ready, and it's really served me well, seeing as how I don't have rental car coverage. But, you know, hey, like, why have a backup car if you're not going to use it? So it's great. I'm thinking, and, you know, big shout out to my sister-in-law and her kids for watching my videos, and being my YouTube coaches. They actually suggested the Good Nature rodent kill system, and when I first saw it, like, on the website, I had a little bit of sticker shock. I'm like, man, that's too much. I'm not doing that. But seeing as how my deductible is $500, and my car may be screwed up and might never be the same, I'm thinking that Good Nature kill system is probably the way to go for this rodent issue. I mean, they got our van a couple years ago to the tune of, I think it was $700 or $600. I don't remember. They chewed up the injector wiring harness, and it was bad. And they made a mess of the engine compartment. So that was a drag. I know they've been at my Corvette, and they're getting my Kia. So I've got to figure out something. I've tried snap traps. I've tried glue traps. I've tried Irish Spring. I have a thing under the hood of my Corvette. It emits like a pulse and a sound and a light. But even with that, like, I'm still finding like rodent droppings. So I'm just kind of, I don't know what else to do. So I'm going to try this Good Nature thing, CO2 powered, rodent killer, and hope that it's somewhat effective. And I've also seen the videos of like, oh, make your own rat trap with a bucket of water and this and that. I don't know, dude. I don't know about all of that. Maybe I'll try it. I've just been frustrated. So now help me out, YouTube friends and family, help me out. If you have tried something to kill rats outside that has actually worked, not like, oh, I saw a YouTube video, this farmer caught a bunch of rats. Like, yeah, I've seen it, okay? But I want to hear, have you done it? Did it work for you? That would be a huge help. Like, huge help. Thank you. So yeah, I think other than that, that's about all I have for now. I'm going to report back as we get down the road a little bit. I'm sitting like just above a quarter tank left. I kind of just have the distance till empty up on my screen, keeping an eye on that, and hoping that I don't run out. I'm trying to keep my foot out of it, but I do kind of have a deadline here, so I want to get where I'm going efficiently, if you know what I mean. So I may burn a little more fuel. If I keep it at about 65, this thing will do great. But the speeds, I may go a little more than 65, probably 65 plus. You know what I mean? So anyway, I'll check back later, and really appreciate having you all along on the adventure. All right, so we're back. Now, I wanted to point something out. If you can see up there, see that white BMW? He's driving like a complete jerk, as I'm sure you can see. Like, why do you follow people that closely? Where do you plan to go? Anyway, oh, there you go, another smooth move. Now, I know it's not that unusual to see a BMW driver being a jerk. I used to own one. No comment on that. My license plate actually said JRK on it. Not on purpose, it just worked out that way. And one of these days, I'll probably show you my old BMW, because it lives like in my neighborhood and I keep running into it. Looks terrible. But in any case, what's unusual about this, again, not the crazy driving, but to see, like, I think that was an M6, from like 2005, 2008, something like that, and it's still running. Like, that's a miracle. I can't believe it. Those are always just done, by this point. So I'm thinking, two possibilities for that dude. Possibility number one, he's really maintained the car carefully. He's replaced the, the rod bearings, on the bottom end that always go out on those engines. Maybe he did all his preventative maintenance. He's got some really great BMW, like, master technician that always services his car and treats him with respect and dignity and gives him a lot of money. He feels good about maintaining his car. So that's number one. That's an option. Option number two, much more likely. That dashboard is a Christmas tree of warning lights, man. And it's going to blow any minute. Now I'm leaning to option number 2 based on the appearance of the car and also how the dude's driving it. But still, I mean, they must have made that one on like a Wednesday, or whenever the best time it is to buy a car, for the factory to have made it. The right dudes built that car. I'm telling you, most of those are in the crusher already, and there's a reason why you can buy those so cheap. So anyway, that's kind of funny. As you can see, it's really a beautiful afternoon, man. I'm loving this. You can see the mountains over there. There we go. And even though there are a lot of things you could say negative about this drive, it is very beautiful. This is a really beautiful part of the country. I really love living in California. I know it's not for everyone, but I really love it, and I even enjoy driving to Bakersfield. It's a beautiful drive, and part of it anyway. And part of it kind of not so beautiful, but yeah, that's okay. Looks like we've got a demon. Yo, very nice. I see a lot of those. I'd like to hear and see him open that up, because that makes a fine noise. I'm a little bummed out. I'm seeing a few raindrops. My headlight restoration curing compound stuff hasn't fully cured yet, so water can kind of screw that up. That's kind of my luck with these projects. So hopefully it's just a few drops and we're not going to see any real rainfall. At least that's my hope. But even if it gets totally ruined, I'll just buy another $8 kit and redo it. No big whoop. Be more content. Oh, he's going for it. Ooh. Oh, that was pretty sketchy. There's an M6 that guy should be driving. But beautiful car nonetheless. I just wish he wouldn't make poor choices. So let's see if he cuts me off now. Probably. Too late now, buddy. Should have thought ahead. Yeah, he's getting behind me. So anyway, hopefully no more craziness, but just wanted to share the rare sighting of an M6 that still runs. I don't know where he is now. He's long gone. Check back later. All right, so I just got off the Grapevine, and there's like a little, you probably can't see it.
In 1 mile,
Oh boy.
exit onto exit 221,
Okay.
State Route 99 North
Yes,
Bakersfield,
oh, yes,
Fresno.
Charlie, that's very good. So yeah, just got off the Grapevine. The gas situation, it's a little low. It's a little bit, 73 miles to empty.
In half a mile, use the
Yes, I
left
knew,
3
I knew.
lanes to
Yes,
exit
right
left.
there. So gas is getting a little low. I saw that there was a TA travel center, which I generally like those because they always have nice bathrooms and some nice snacks and things of that nature.
Exit to the left.
It's just kind of
onto
nice to
exit
stretch the legs a minute.
221, State Route 99 North Bakersfield.
But yeah, I got
Fresno.
off. It's a nice. There's also a Starbucks there, so I'm like, dude, I'm there. You got gas, you got coffee.
Go straight
All my
on for
favorites.
20 minutes to exit 26A.
So,
State Route 58
what I
West,
saw when I
State
got there
Route
at the Shell station,
178 East,
and
West
just gonna mount you guys up here. There we
24th
go.
Street.
At the Shell station, I saw premium unleaded for $5.14 a gallon. Woo! And I just said, no, I'm good. I've got enough gas. I even considered putting like $20 in, but I'm gonna be in Bakersfield soon. I've got according to this sign, 25 miles. According to Waze, I've got 33 miles. So, even at 33 miles, I'll still have another 30-something miles of range. I mean, it's not how I like to roll. I always like to have enough gas. But in this case, man, I'm not doing $5.14 a gallon. Just forget it. And then once I had pulled into the gas station, like I couldn't get back to the Starbucks very easily. So it just seemed like it was going to be just one of those stops that takes way longer than it needs to and isn't worth it at all. So I'm just going to find gas somewhere once I get local. Because, the problem with those TAs, the TA centers and sometimes the Loves and, all those like truck stops, even though they're great and I love them. Flying J is another one I really like. A lot of those have like really good coffee machines that'll actually make you like a fresh cup, which is like I wish 7-Eleven had that, and I'm sure some of them do, but most of them don't. I think like all of these places should just have like one of those automatic coffee makers that'll make you a fresh cup rather than getting whatever's been sitting there. It's either cold or it's been burnt. I'm sorry, that's just my musings there. But yeah, so we're rolling. We're on the 99, I believe. Good, that's not a cop. So we're on the 99. Got probably at this point about 30 miles to go until my destination. I'll find gas somewhere, and and hopefully find some coffee too. I just need a little bit. I'm not like falling asleep, but I can use, just like a few sips, just a little teeny tiny pick me up, and hopefully like drink the rest on my way home. So I'll check back later. Alrighty, well, we're back. I'm heading home now, and I don't know if it's showing up on camera, but the headlights are really good. Like, you can see way far out in front of the car, and that's exactly what I wanted. I haven't tried out the high beams yet. I literally just got in my car, turned it on, and this is what I'm seeing, but it's looking just great. So I'm just delighted with this result, especially for $8 and a little bit of elbow grease, like I said. So, this is a nice, really dark, kind of foggy street. And as you can see, like I think it's showing up on camera, just like how wide the field of vision is. It's pretty good, and it's getting out there. I'd say an extra 20-30 feet over what it was doing the other night when we were in Santa Barbara. So this is a game changer, especially tonight. I'm going to be going up to Grapevine again, and I really wanted to have good vision for that. So this is great. Thank you, Turtle Wax. And I think it's also fair to say that one of the reasons why the Turtle Wax kit worked so well was because I did the 3M kit 3 years ago and got most of the heavy oxidation off. So I just think like as these cars age, like, and I mean all of our cars, now that really nothing has glass headlights anymore, this is just a part of life now, and you're just going to have to recondition your headlights every few years. If you don't have a garage or whatever. Like my dad parks his car in a garage, and his headlights always look great. I've noticed, because his car is from like 2003, and his headlights are beautiful. So it really is like it really is where you park that makes all the difference. And of course, you want to keep it clean if you can, but keep it in the shade, as much as possible. This car doesn't have that luxury. It sits in the sun. There's a good part of the day where the sun just bakes the front of it mercilessly, and there's nothing I can do about it. I could put a cover on it, but like covers cause their own damage. I like being able to kind of see my car and see what's going on with it. So, but that's just me, Anyway, 53 miles till empty. We don't have a low fuel light yet, so we're just gonna keep rolling. I did spot a couple of Arco stations here in Bakersfield, and the prices look pretty good, so I'm gonna try and hit that up. Just in a little bit of a excuse me, the air quality is really bad here today, like really bad. was making me sneeze a little bit. But yeah, this part of town just seems a little sketchy. I don't know if that was an older lady in a black dress or if I'm hallucinating. But I don't really want to be here anymore. Not here. Maybe another part of Bakersfield, but not this part. I'm not going to fill up over here. So I'll check back in later, but headlights are looking good. Car's running great. And now it's nightly thing of like no tachometer, which is funny. It just started doing this like every night. There we go. She's back. All right, folks. All right, folks. Kind of wrapping up the day here. Just wanted to put you up on the windshield so you can kind of see what I'm seeing. Made it back from Bakersfield. Everything's cool. Car was fantastic, like fantastic, and really kind of just fell in love with the car all over again. And not that I didn't like it before, but I'm reminded of just what a fantastic like highway cruiser this car is. And really, like, I'd call it like a freeway bullet. I mean, this thing is just a rocket on the freeway. Like, whatever speed you want to do, no problem. You just squeeze the pedal on the right a little bit, and this thing will take you wherever you want to go. The thing that's really great about a V8, you know, this 4-liter V8, is just that there's always power. Like, always power. And you know, and I'm not talking about like quarter-mile times or 0 to 60 times, although this car is no slouch when it comes to that. But I'm talking like, if you want to go from, say, 55 miles an hour to, you know, more than 55 miles an hour, it will do it so easily and so quickly. It's really fantastic. And I was up to 24 miles per gallon. It dropped down to 23 and a half because I've been doing some street driving here. But still, man, not bad. Hour and 24 minutes since I filled up. We averaged 70 miles an hour. It says I can go another 257 miles. And yeah, that was 100 miles ago. So yeah, coming home to a bit of a windstorm, which is just pretty odd. And yeah, there's just kind of debris and stuff flying all over the road. So I'm a little, I always worry a little bit about the house and the cars on nights like this, because we're up in the mountains and it just gets really, really windy. So hopefully it won't be too bad. Hopefully it just makes some noise and blows some leaves around. I know I'm kind of feeling, you know, kind of sniffly just from all of the dust and debris and everything that's flying around. And we've got some lightning tonight too. I mean, it's just kind of it's a really weird night. I don't know if you can see everything kind of flying all over the road here, but it's really blowing out there. Put my brights on, maybe you can see a little more. So not a whole lot of car news to report other than the headlight restoration. Huge success, looks great, works great, happy about that. Again, I used that turtle wax kit, and hopefully someday I'll be able to say, hey, click the link in the description, and I'll get a taste of that, but I don't think we're there yet. But that's okay. I really appreciate all of you riding along with me on my adventures. It's a lot of fun for me to share my car stuff with you, and I hope you enjoy coming along with me. And if you have friends that you think might enjoy stuff like this, send it to them. Or if you have an enemy that would hate a video like this, send it to them, you know, please, with my compliments. So folks, on that note, like, share, subscribe, do all that good stuff, and I will see you in the next one.